It's an easy dinner night tonight with shrimp scampi. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're taking it a little easy and making shrimp scampi. This elegant dish really is a lot easier than most people think. As always, the ingredients list is on the screen and the full recipe can be found at the channel's website, homestylecookingwithjen.com. If you're enjoying this video so far, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel with the algorithm. And if you enjoy recipe videos, I post multiple times a week, so hit the subscribe button and don't forget the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And if you have any food related questions or would like to see a specific recipe made on the channel, leave me a comment down below. I read all of the comments and I'll get back to as many as I can. Who knows, you may be featured on a future video. The newest addition to the channel is the super thanks button. If you would like to support us in making better videos, go ahead and hit the heart with the $sign inside, and if you leave your name, I'll shout you out on my next video. A big thanks in advance, and now on to the regular scheduled programming. Alright, let's get started. The first thing we need to do is cook the pasta. I'm using linguine, but others use rice or grits or even spaghetti, so it's really up to you. If you want to make pasta the way I do, just grab a saucepan, fill it about 2/3 of the way full with water, and place it on the stove over high heat. I also add copious amounts of salt to the water. This helps flavor the pasta. Because I'm using a saucepan instead of a Dutch oven or a pasta pan, I am going to break my linguine in half. There's only 2 of us, so there's no sense of getting a big pan dirty, and this works just as well for the shrimp scampi dish. Again, do what you prefer, but I'm gonna break my pasta in half, and don't at me in the comments. Another thing you may notice is I'm not waiting for the water to boil before I add the pasta. I discovered this trick quite a while ago. I forget which chef suggested it, but it really seemed like an easy hack. So I add my pasta before the water starts boiling. I still cook it according to the box's directions. Taste the pasta. If it's not al dente, I just add a little extra time and keep my eye on it. Now that the pasta is on the stove, it's time to make the shrimp scampi and get this dinner started. While the pasta is cooking, it's time to make our shrimp scampi. Take a high-sided skillet and place it over medium heat, then add your butter and oil to the bottom of the pan. We're going to be melting the butter, however, we are not going to be browning it this time. I do have a video for brown buttered shrimp and grits, which is a different type of shrimp scampi, and I'll leave a link to the video in the card up above and in the description if you want to see how to make brown buttered shrimp scampi. It really does give a nice nutty flavor. But for this recipe, we're going to add our herbs, which is our parsley, basil, and oregano. Most people use fresh parsley for this. I, however, use dried, and that's because the dried herbs hold up better to the intense heat. Again, it's personal preference, but this is the way I like to do it, and it's a little safer if you're more of a beginner cook. Give the herbs, butter, and oil a good stir to fully incorporate it, and then we are going to add our garlic. Most of the time I use fresh garlic, but for a while now, the garlic bulbs have not been looking that great in the grocery store, so I've switched over to this jarred minced garlic. It's a bit of a convenience. There isn't really a flavor difference, and until my grocery store changes vendors or starts getting better garlic, I'm gonna stick with the jarred. After the garlic, add your lemon, and the way I do a lemon is I roll it on the cutting board, cut it in half, then take the cut side, place it towards my hand, and give it a squeeze over, in this case, the skillet. That allows me to catch any seeds, and I don't have to fish them out of a hot skillet, which is kind of nice. I give everything a good stir to make sure it's well incorporated, and then I will add a little bit of salt and pepper, but I don't go overboard because this is a light dish and there is salt in the pasta. I let my butter cook for a little while, and when it just begins to foam up a little bit, which is partly towards the browning process, but I don't want to get it quite there, I will add my shrimp. I'm using frozen shrimp, so this is going to take a little longer to cook than say you were using fresh shrimp, but it works just the same either way. And whether or not you're using fresh or frozen shrimp, you do want to make sure it is deveined and detailed. You don't want to make the mistake of not getting deveined shrimp. It's gross. I won't go into what it is, but it's gross. Now, since I'm using frozen shrimp, this is going to bring down the temperature of the butter. I don't defrost my shrimp before I cook it. There's really no need to, since shrimp doesn't take that long to cook anyway. It'll just defrost in the pan and kind of marinate in the butter, which to me gives it a much better flavor. I just work it around the pan until it defrosts and begins to cook. Now at this point, it is important to not overcook your shrimp because you don't want rubbery shrimp and to ruin a dish that you've spent all this time working on. The key is to cook your shrimp until it becomes opaque, but watch it. You don't want it to continue to cook after it becomes opaque because that leads to overcooking the shrimp and it becoming a rubbery mess, and we don't want to do that. Shrimp is economical, but everything now is expensive and we don't want to waste food or money. So for fresh shrimp, we would only cook this dish for about 3 to 5 minutes. Because I'm cooking it from frozen, it will take a little longer, probably 7 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast it thaws out. Again, don't walk away from this. Keep your eye on it and stir it occasionally. I'm going to stop blabbing now, speed this up a little bit, and when I come back, it'll be time to plate. I told you this was a really simple dish. Plating your shrimp scampi couldn't be any easier. Just grab your favorite bowl and put some of your linguine in the bottom. Then add your shrimp to the top. Don't forget to add some of that great butter mixture that the shrimp has been cooking in, and garnish it with a little Parmesan. And there you have it. I hope everyone stays happy, healthy, and as always, well fed.